let's discuss the elements of a story as I have told you during the story. Let's do it now. Main character, as you know, Gladys Aylward is a main character. She's a foreigner in charge of the children. The officer notices her dark hair was scraped back into a bun, her clothes old and soiled. There were dark circles under her eyes. This shows she is tired but determined, caring for the children despite hardships. And there are some supporting characters. The Chinese nationalist officer who is commanding the platoon scouting on the wrong side of the river. He acts cautiously and responsibly. He mentioned his men back with a hand signal. Wait here. He said it may be a trick. Be alert. This shows he is disciplined but also compassionate when he decides to help. There are other characters, the children and the soldier. The children are assembled on the bank, singing loudly and later race towards him, gurgling and shouting with a delight. So they represent innocence and hope. The platoon members support the officers in ferry the group across the river. Number 2 point is setting place. The river at this point was mile wide and up and down the Yellow River. The story happens near the Yellow River in China. Time, there had been unusual air activity up and down the Yellow River for the past week. Japanese planes patrolled and fired at anything that moved. So this plays the story during the wartime, the Sino-Japanese conflict. Atmosphere or the mood of the story, the tension of war. If a Japanese plane comes over, there will be little hope. Contrast with the relief and hope when the children are safely ferried across. Point number 3, that is a plot, exposition, the beginning, how the story begins. The officer and his men are scouting. They hear a far-off, high-pitched sound, wavering and uncertain. Rising action, how the action rises. They discover the sound is children singing on the other bank. A great crowd of children were assembled on the bank, singing loudly. The officer meets a small woman, a foreigner, who is trying to cross with the children. Then it has climax. The officer decides to help. I think I can get a boat. It will need 3 journeys to take you all across and it is dangerous. Falling action, the soldier ferried the children in groups. They returned and more of the children piled in. Resolution of the story, when the last group crosses safely, he called his man to attend and salute the children. He called good luck foreigner. The crossing is successful, ending with respect and gratitude. Point number 4, conflict, how the conflict arises. Type, man versus circumstances, war and danger. If a Japanese plane comes over, when you are halfway across, there will be little hope. The danger of war threatens their mission. We must cross the river, she said, shows Glady's determination despite the risk. Themes, what are the themes in the story? Courage, compassion, sacrifice, gratitude. Glady says we must cross the river. The officer responds with help despite risk. These lines show courage, sacrifice and compassion. Humanity in wartime. The officer and Gladys both act with kindness in a time of violence. Courage and leadership we find also. Gladys protects the children against all odds. Faith and perseverance. She believes they will reach safely inside despite all illness and danger.